Public Speaking Project presents Purpose and Thesis Statements by Lisa Schreiber, Ph.D. Voice talent by Jill Sabarbaro, with Morgan Hartranft as the media production specialist. Zig Ziglar once said, "A goal properly set is halfway reached." What he meant by this is simple. You can't hit a target if you don't know what it is. In the same way, speechwriters cannot write effective speeches if they do not have a clear goal or purpose in mind when their speeches are constructed. Furthermore, the goal or the thesis of the speech must be clearly communicated to the audience members so that they can follow the logic of the speech. The purpose of this brief module is to show beginning speech writers the difference between a general purpose statement, a specific purpose statement, and a central idea. Understanding these three concepts will help you write more effective speeches. A general purpose statement helps you to narrow the topic of your speech. A specific purpose statement helps you focus on the goal of the speech while you are writing it. When you are speaking, a central idea helps the audience to see the thesis and the logical flow of the speech. Let's begin by looking at the three general purposes of public speaking: to inform, to persuade, and to commemorate a special occasion. If you want to share information by describing, demonstrating, defining, or explaining, then your general purpose is to inform. Informative speeches are neutral and objective, and they do not try to convince listeners. They merely present the facts. Examples of informative speeches would include a lecture, a safety demonstration, an executive briefing, or a project update. The second general purpose is to persuade. The goal of a persuasive speech is to change or reinforce a value, belief, or behavior. Similarly, persuasive speeches may attempt to get listeners to see a problem in a new light. In short, persuasive speeches are intended to move listeners in some way. This means we want to change the way an audience thinks about something, or we want to change their actions. Persuasive speeches are not neutral. They require speakers to take a clear stand on an issue. Examples of persuasive speeches would include sales presentations, political speeches, and a speech at a charity ball. The third general purpose of a speech is to mark a special occasion. These types of speeches may include informative or persuasive elements, but the primary intent is to draw attention to an event or an individual, or simply to entertain the audience. This is often accomplished with the use of stories, humor, or other types of interesting supporting material. Examples of special occasion speeches include after-dinner speeches, a roast, a eulogy, or a speech to present an award. Once the speaker has narrowed the focus of the speech by selecting a general purpose, the next step is to write a specific purpose statement. This is a critical step in the speech writing process, and one that should not be overlooked. A well-written specific purpose statement provides the speaker with an explicit goal. The audience will never see or hear the specific purpose statement. Instead, the specific purpose statement serves as a roadmap for the speaker as she is writing the speech. Essentially, a specific purpose statement is a one-sentence summary of what you want your audience to do or to know at the end of your speech. A specific purpose statement begins with the phrase, "At the end of my speech, my audience will." Here are three examples of specific purpose statements that correspond to each of the general purposes for speaking. At the end of my speech, my audience will know what the 4 different types of bandages are and when to use them. At the end of my speech, my audience will be able to explain what blood diamonds are and how they can avoid buying them. At the end of my speech, my audience will become aware of Laureen Williams' accomplishments and why she deserves the Employee of the Year award. After you have finished researching your speech and you have constructed your main points, you will want to write a central idea statement. This statement is likely to be based on your specific purpose statement. Recall that your specific purpose statement is only seen by you and that it provides you with a roadmap to follow as you write your speech. In contrast, the central idea is a one-sentence summary of your speech. It is explicitly stated in the introduction, and it provides a roadmap so that the audience can follow the speech. Often, the central idea statement serves as a preview of the main points in a speech. Here is an example. The topic is preventing erosion. The general purpose is to inform. The specific purpose is, at the end of my speech, my audience will be aware of 3 techniques for controlling erosion. Thus, the central idea may sound like this. Erosion can be controlled by terracing, contour farming, and reforestation. Based on this central idea, we know that the speaker has 3 main points related to preventing erosion. We know what these points are, and we know in what order they will be covered in the speech. Remember, good central ideas are specific, clear, and concise. Here are a couple of examples of poorly written central ideas, along with an improved version that is specific, clear, and concise. There is one drink that can improve your health. There are several benefits of drinking red wine. Research has shown that there are a number of benefits of drinking red wine, such as a reduction in tooth decay. It can prevent certain types of cancer. It provides many health benefits for your heart, and it also contains antioxidants that are important to your health as well. Drinking red wine is beneficial as it reduces tooth decay. It can prevent cancer, it is good for your heart, and it contains antioxidants. So, let's review. There are 3 general purposes of speaking: to inform, to persuade, and to mark a special occasion. Specific purpose statements are one-sentence summaries of what speakers hope to accomplish in their speeches. Although the audience never hears or sees the specific purpose statements, they serve to guide the speaker in the speech writing process. The central idea of the speech is a one-sentence summary of the speech. Generally, a central idea is found at the end of the introduction, and it is a specific, clear, and concise summary of the main points of the speech. Like Zig Ziglar says, setting the goal is a large part of accomplishing the goal. By taking the time to determine the general purpose and specific purpose of your speech, and by writing a sound central idea, you are well on your way to giving a great speech. Thank you for visiting the Public Speaking Project's virtual classroom. To view other modules about speech writing, go to www.publicspeakingproject.org.